And I'm going to do a quick addendum because I realized as I ended that what I said, that's not quite true. No, I believe Jesus is telling the truth. What I don't believe is true is that we can live a sinless, temptation-free life. And that I've actually seen quite a few posts today about that. And I am curious about what you think. Because, yes, when we become Christ's, we are washed away. So our old sins are washed away. And then Paul, so this is Paul, and he's inspired, and it is true, but he says, we crucify our passions, right? And on our, what does he say? Our passions and desires. And yes, we do that. But often those passions and desires will arise in temptation. So when I see these posts saying, oh, we have all of these feel-good Christians saying, that you still sin after you're saved. Well, I mean, even the apostles did to some extent. The whole point, like a big part of Paul's ministry and Peter's ministry, right, was to hold churches accountable, was to hold one another accountable. Even Peter was rebuked by Paul, right? Like he was taught, maybe rebuked is too strong, right? So like when we see this, I feel that, we get that Pharisee spirit. Yes, I think the longer that we walk with God, the easier it is to say no and to resist temptation. But not for 1 second do I think that the devil stops trying. And so the process is the constant commitment to crucifying our passions and desires, our flesh, to the cross, so that we don't sin. And that when we sin, because sometimes we sin and we don't mean it, it's not intentional, but it doesn't make it less sinful, right? So my body was programmed to respond, right? I can feel the adrenaline spike automatically, and I'll be jealous or I'll get irrational, like that person stole my content, which is really the height of ridiculousness. I'm not going to lie. And I know this intellectually, but my body is taking this information, and that little devil on my shoulder saying, see. And my instinct, my flesh is like, I need to do something about this. But God is saying, no. Take a deep breath. Here's my peace that surpasses understanding. Let's put that away. And every time it just gets easier until I've retrained my brain through the Holy Spirit to not have that response in the first place. So I am curious. That's why this is a 2-part video. So take care. Have a great day. And I'll see you tomorrow.